This is really just a podcast. This is everybody's favorite. Don't say you got it. Roll the clip. La 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 la. Don't say shit. La 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 la. Don't. La 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 la. Don't say shit. La 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 la. Don't.
Oh my God, don't piss me off.
Cameraman, roll the clip. Roll the clip. I'm not even really sure what I'm going to say here today to you. I just knew that I had to start. This is one of those things. I'm trying to be the example that I want to see in the world, or whatever the saying is. I'm trying to be that, right? Right. I got a lot of friends who will come to me for advice about, like, oh, I want to start this thing. You're one of the people I know that just start stuff. I'll be scared to start stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, the amount of time it takes for me to start a brainchild idea. Like, I've been wanting to start a podcast for so long. I have a podcast. I started doing stuff on it, and then I realized that it wasn't the podcast style that I wanted to do. Um, I think I was flipping the things around. Like, I was doing a very informative, formal podcast with a narrative speech that I had written prior to engagement with the mic so that people could learn. And I love teaching. I love giving out the knowledge that I have learned through my experiences here on this joyous little planet we live on called Earth. But for the instance of, like, making a podcast for the sake of making a podcast, it was people just instructing me to make a podcast because they said they just really liked my voice, and I thought that was cool. That was a really nice compliment. But two, I was just like, I'm gonna make a podcast, and at first I was throwing poems on there, and I'm probably gonna replace all of the stuff that's on there with this stuff so that people could listen. Or honestly, maybe I'll leave it all. No, I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna replace it all. I'm gonna change the title, change the show, like change the cover page art thingy, so people can see what we got going on now. The new pod. This is the new pod. I've been wanting to have a pod for a minute, but not one of those antithetical pods where I am a man and I start spewing man facts. No, I don't want to do that. I don't even really want to talk about music here. Kind of just want to talk about life, things that's going on, um, situations. It's also a good space for me to just work on the fact that I just be saying a lot. I don't even need to say that much. What am I umming? You know? What am I umming? I should check to see if the camera is recording real quick before I go on. Hey man, this incense is burning. Boy, it's smoky. But it smells beautiful in here. It's aromatic. It is an aromatic. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, today's topic is going to be friendships. Mostly because I've been on this long thought path about friendships, what they entail, how they work when you get older, how how to deal with them as you get older, things like that. And I've been talking to my therapist. I've been talking to my friend Byrie. I've been talking to my friend. Who else was I talking to about this? I've been talking to friends. I've been talking to my therapist. We all been having a little ongoing dialogue about the effects of friendships and what they mean to me and how to create friendships that I value. Um, Pieces of this started because I was simply just pieces of this started because I have this thing that I go to every Monday. It's a group where we go and we play a board game, and it's pretty fun. It's a good time. It's a very chill little event. I came to this recollection that I don't know what spurred this into me or like what made me think about this, but I like came to the understanding, the recollection that that was a space that I was just going to. Um, Not because I didn't appreciate the friends that I had there. They were all very cool people. I mean, I still hang out with them. I don't know what I'm saying. They are all very cool people. But I was very much going there and making myself like invisible. And I even remember like thinking to myself, this is a space where I just come to be invisible. That sounds really bad, or maybe it doesn't. Who cares? Um, but it was a space where I was like thinking to myself, dang, this is a space where I just come to be invisible. I don't really want to be too noticed. I am trying to be low key here. But then as I thought about it more and more, I was like, dang, I have a lot of spaces where I am just kind of trying to be low key. And it started to make me think about like adolescence, and then my friend Byrie posed the question of like, what were you doing in life 7 years ago or something like that? I don't even think it was 7 years ago. I think it was like whatever duration of time it was, and it was basically, it ended up being like middle school. And I was like, well, in middle school I was in kind of a similar situation, now that I'm thinking about it, where I kind of was just making myself smaller, invisible as much as could be, um while also not really pursuing anything, or pursuing the things that I was pursuing aimlessly. I was getting bullied. I was in fights. Boy, I was swinging on niggas. I don't know if I can say that. Too late. I said it. I was swinging on niggas, and I think I think the parallel of it was very interesting. But that's not really what matters to me in this situation. What matters to me in this situation is that inside of realizing, I hold on, my tea. I wonder how hot this tea is. It's scorching. Oh, handle left. Oh no, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's beautiful. Another one. ASMR. ASMR for the gang. ASMR for the gang. Anyways, back to me get back situated. Um, and yeah, man, I just think that at the time, or not at the time, I think the parallel of the two things is quite interesting to me. It does not go unnoticed to me that like making yourself, creating a space for yourself that allows you to be invisible is not healthy, is not a good thing. You're a person, you should be seen. And this goes for anybody. It just doesn't just go for me, because the way that I was thinking about it was, yeah, I really don't. The way that I was going about or thinking about it was, I was telling my therapist, yeah, I don't even like talk about the things that I'm passionate about when I, like, for instance, go to the Monday night game nights. I'm not talking about the things that I'm passionate about. I'm just kind of existing. I go there to exist, and quietly exist at that. Um and yeah, it even came to a point where like I like noticed that I was just like, why would I invite them to go to this or that? Like, creating an event for my birthday. Why would I create an event for my birthday when I don't think they're gonna go anyways? And I probably came to that conclusion because I had a show and another show, and they didn't go, or the other one. And only half of them really told me happy birthday. And only a quarter of them knew it was my birthday, actually. And then the rest that is remaining, that other quarter, uh, like stumbled upon the fact that it was my birthday. Even though I had told them like a week prior. But that was like a totally different thing, where I was kind of just like, yeah, this kind of just goes with the fact that I am kind of situating myself here as an invisible person. That was 13 minutes of nonsense. I wasn't even saying shit. 13 minutes. Didn't say a word or nothing. But yeah, man, basically, let's talk about friendships. Let's talk about friendships. Friendships when you get older. I am 28 now. Friendships are a lot different. They look different. I experience a different um I don't got a good word for it. So I experience friendships differently now. They have a different sort of tune to them. And I kind of noticed the friendships sort of had a different tune to them once I turned like 25. Once you turn 25, then it's like, dang, these ain't the friends that I had when I was really out here friending. Um, these new friends, they don't friend the same. Or the friends that I got, actually, no, I can't even say the friends that I got was friending different because everybody that I was friends with, good friends with, moved, went to the military, did something, got out of the city we was in, moved to a different state. For the most part, only a few of them stayed in the same state. Now they live in different cities too. And I'm all the way in LA. So like it ain't like I can be like, dang, I miss my dogs. And then we reform because we all divide and conquered. Even though we always be having like backup plans, like, depending on the election, the results, we might have to go ahead and pick a location for us, guys. How y'all feeling? How y'all savings looking so we can get this thing going? And me and one of my friends will be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Savings ain't looking like it's gonna figure it out, but I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna get up out of here if we need be. Where we headed? I got a cousin that live in Japan, so we can do that. But friendships, man, I think friendships have changed. They have alternated since I have become older, and I think this is just a thing that I have learned is the case. We become more busy. We become more wrapped up in our lives. We are kind of stuck playing catch up for some. Some are playing the game of capitalism in general and gotta just like figure it out. Some are trying to build that nuclear family. We love a good nuclear family. Um, some are just trying to survive, really. And in between all of it, we have to figure out how to remain in between all of it, we have to figure out how to remain intact as friends, how to stay consistently in one another's lives. And it becomes a bit of a challenge. I will say that the models of friendship that I encounter in moving and living in Los Angeles are much different than the models of friendship I encounter while living in Fort Worth, Texas. Um, the likelihood of me seeing any given friend that I wanted to at least once a week, maybe even three times a week, pretty high. Yes, part of that is because we don't really have that much to do in Texas, depending on the season. And the other part of it is just because the people are more based around a communal effort is the best way to say that. Um, there's not like there is obviously no matter where you go, if you live in a major city, there is social climbing. Don't let that be the thing that deters you from wanting to move to LA. If you listen to this and you're like, I was thinking about moving to LA. That's you gonna find social climbers everywhere. Good luck to you, no matter what. Especially if you're in the entertainment industry, you gonna find social climbers everywhere. So it don't matter. Good luck. But in the instance of like, I think, I think the the way in which friends are propped up to interact in LA is a lot different. You could meet somebody and both of you, if you've lived in LA long enough, both of you have the mental understanding that you just gotta, yo, I hit it off with this person. Let me follow them on Instagram, and I'll probably see them in another 6 months, but at least I'll continue to see their face on the internet. And that is like, that's a normalcy in LA. Like, it's like, ah, yeah, my friend lives 3 blocks away from me. Ain't seen him in 2 months. You talk to the friend and they've been like, "Oh yeah, I had a lot of free time. I was really suffering over here." And it's very interesting to watch because it's like, yo, I think a little bit of community would save us all, especially living in LA or living in any major city. A little bit of community would save us all. But also, you I think people become a little bit jaded when they live in LA too long because you run into the issue of certain people who are, like I said, social climbers. And with running into a social climber, it means you're going to run into a person who's going to see the things that you're accomplishing and be like, yeah, yeah, let me tack on. That's gang right there. But then you will also come into a situation of like you move and you hanging out with a certain group and the certain group kind of just distances themselves from you. And you start to wonder, oh, what's going on? Why is this group distancing from me? But they don't unfollow you. They not like directly rude. It's all like, okay, something happened, but I guess I'll never know. And in those instances, that is a very, very, very LA experience. People have peeped that you are not on shit, or they have just peeped that you're not on the shit that they're on. And because you're not on the shit that they're on, it don't matter to them no more. Yeah, you guys could be the tightest of friends. You see them again and they're gonna show you all the love in the world, but from a distance. They see you at an event. Oh, that's the homie. I ain't seen him in a minute. Yeah, come here, bro. Give me some love. Yeah, bro. It's all love. I ain't seen you in a minute. Let me talk to you, tell you what's been on my mind, what's going on with me. Let's catch up. Period. You leave the event, you ain't gonna hear from that nigga for another year, maybe two. Niggas not gonna tell you happy birthday, nothing. That's it. They on a different they on a not level. Fuck the levels. They on a different way of being than you. Um, and so it's always like a beautiful thing to see like a group of friends come out to LA and just keep picking each other up, or see like run into a group of friends in LA and become friends with them and they are all just like, nah, I want the homies to be up. I want you to be up. Let me pick you, let me get you here, let me get you there. If it's an opportunity that I can't take, but you I know you need that opportunity, I'm throwing it to you. And that's beautiful to see. It's not as frequent to come by. Like I will definitely say like in Texas, oh yeah, you struggling? You tell your friend, "Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to." Good example because of the way the market is set up right now. I'm trying to figure out how to deal with the job market right now. I'm struggling. And this is what you tell your friend. I'm struggling. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the job market. I cannot get a job. I got this, this, and this. These are my skills. And a friend will be like, "Yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna reach out to some people, see what's up." And people will find you like some work. Like, yeah, it might not be the best thing, but I got something for you. And that is not an occurrence I have very frequently come by in LA. I have come by occurrences of friends wanting to give you a little job, but the job is, yeah, man, you can come work under me. I'm gonna be your boss. Um, and it's for a day or two. It's not long. A lot of people do gig work here. Um, but even that is like a rare occurrence. Like, because you'll do that, and there will definitely be a little bit of disrespect that comes with that, depending on the friend. And you're gonna find out something you didn't realize about that friendship at that moment, then and there. And so yeah, I think That's just that's just a whatever topic about LA friendships and making friends in LA as a whole. But let me give you some advice because I have been asked how do I make friends? Because contrary to everything I'm saying right now, I do have a lot of friends. Now, given I would like more personalized friends. I would like a few just good friends that are one trying to like grow with me, trying to help me like I want to help them, trying to build. And I do have friends like that. I just maybe I'm greedy and I want a few more friends that are based around like growth and supporting one another and showing love, like fully, just like, yeah, I got love for you. I want you to succeed. And also, I'm remembering you. I'm checking in on you. I know my life is in turmoil. Your life might be in turmoil too. Let me check up on you. I really enjoy the concept of community. Go figure, I am a socialist. That's kind of just like not a surprising fact of life then. I do appreciate a good community effort, you know? So I want to give you a little bit of advice on how to make friends in general. Like no matter what stage of life you're at, this advice is probably only going to work from like 21 and up. I don't remember how people made friends when they were under 21. I did it. I was successful at it. I made some of my best friends under 21, but it was all kind of like circumstantial things that happen. So this is just advice that I can think of off the top of my head. We'll be more formal about it. This is just advice that I can think of off the top of my head for people 21 and up. 21 and up. I'm gonna tell you how to make some friends. One, you need to go outside. I don't mean like you got to touch grass, but you should also touch grass. But I mean, you gotta go outside. You have to spend some time outside. Go to your local coffee shop. Go to the things that you enjoy. When I say go, when I say go outside, I'm saying like spend time in the areas that you enjoy. Spend time in places, spaces that you feel the most comfortable in. You don't necessarily have to feel the most confident in them, but you do need to feel the most comfortable in them. Like let that be your space. So if you like going to coffee shops, go to different coffee shops, see which one is one of your favorites. Maybe you have 3 and you just want to cycle through the 3 of them on a like weekly basis. Spend some time going to those coffee shops whenever you can. Go on a weekly basis. If anything else, the barista will remember you. But just go like pick a day out of the week, go. This concept also works for, and this is why I say 21 and up, because I guess you could do that when you're 18 and 19 and 20. But the secondary aspect of this concept is, and it's a lot easier to do it this way, is go to a bar after like you're done with work or whatever. Go to a bar. Pick a bar that you really enjoy with an atmosphere you really enjoy that has people that you don't mind being around. Go to that bar regularly. Pick the same day out of the week. Go one after another. This is coming from a bartender. Go every day, one day after another. You will eventually stumble upon the fact if you're going the same day. Go the same day every day or every week, same day every week, you will discover that one, the bartender is going to start being nicer to you. They're going to remember you. If you got an annoying personality, maybe they won't be nice to you. But if you got a calm, cool, collected personality or whatever, if you got a fun, enjoyable, if you got a good energy to be around, they're going to remember you. You might get a free shot, maybe a free drink. Oh, I spilled this. I'm just gonna, yeah, you want this? And slowly but surely, they're gonna be like, what brings you in? Um, I want you to also do this, but do this with like read a book, bring a book, bring something to work on, have a reason to just be there. And make it like your space. Make it a regular part of your routine that you go to this specific place on a frequent basis because you enjoy it. The bartender is going to start to remember you, probably going to remember your order if they're a good enough bartender, and they're going to start including you in random conversations, be that with other bartenders that may walk in, or be that with regulars that they also remember and see the same time every week. You're eventually going to get thrown in with those regulars, and maybe you don't like them, so you don't have to really hang out with them. But maybe you do, and that's how you find a friend. another piece of this is that other people are going to like slowly but surely start to recognize that, oh yeah, you're the guy that comes in or the girl that comes in um at this time. So people are going to be like, yo, I just wanted to come say hi. See you here by yourself all the time. Eventually people will just come up to you, or the bartender will, if you're just like, you just are socially awkward and you're just not good at introducing yourself to people, people will introduce themselves to you, or the bartender will introduce somebody to you. And this is one way that I found was really, really fun to make friends, especially if you live in an area where there's like a good amount of bars in one specific region and you can like walk from bar to bar. Because then you find yourself in a situation of like, maybe you're going to go on a little bar crawl and you're walking around with these new people that you've made friends with, and they'll introduce you to other people that go to the other bars on the same day that you go to the other bars, and you'll start to meet more and more people, and you'll build up like a little bit of a community in that space. And it's a really beautiful thing. This is the thing that I really love about bar culture, because you never really have to get drunk for this situation. You could be having one, maybe two drinks this entire process, and you'll make so many friends from so many different walks of life. Um, and you never really know what can come out of that. Now, number two, a different way to make friends is gonna be this one requires more of an extroverted way of being. I have this habit of just making conversation with people that I just see in everyday life. So, for example, I'll walk across the street in the at like 1 a.m. to this 7-Eleven that's like two streets away from me. I walk to it, I go in there, and depending on the night, it's going to be one of the three guys I know, either the manager or one of the two cashiers. And they're always there. They're always night shift guys. The more I went in, the more they started to remember me. And this was the same occurrence that happened at the gas station just above that 7-Eleven, where the more I went in, the more they kind of remembered me. But it was not based off of the fact that I was going in and that was it. It was also based off of the fact that I was actually trying to make conversation with them. And yes, this is like small. It's like, whatever. Why would I make conversation with the cashier at 7-Eleven? What will that do for me? It doesn't do anything for you. I mean, it does stuff for you, but it doesn't do, like, you're not, it's not gainful. You're doing it so that you can like get yourself in the habit of just kind of talking to people, just saying hello, having casual conversation, and having it mean something. Um and it's kind of funny because the way that it works out is because I'm like this, whether it's me going into a bar and doing this or me going into 7-Eleven and doing this, I go in to these spaces, bar, coffee shop, 7-Eleven, whatever it may be, and I kind of build up a rapport with the people that work there. And so sometimes I'll go to the 7-Eleven and the manager will just kind of discount my entire snack midnight snackage run thing, because I try not to have snacks in my apartment, but I sometimes I'd be like, I'm craving a chip, and I'll go get a chip or an ice cream bar, whatever. But I'll get like 4 or 5 items and it'll be $20, and he'll be like, no, takes it down, puts a bunch of discounts on it. It's $9. He's like, okay, that's better. Or I'll go over there with some cash and I'm like $1 short because I got more than my hungry ass knew I was gonna get. And he's like, it's okay. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. It was good to see you. And like, that's just the way that like that works out. But then also I'll go to like a coffee shop. I remember when I first moved to LA, I was going to this coffee shop a lot because I really liked it. And one of the baristas just kind of remembered me. So she would just remember my order straight off. put it in every time I came in, but also then she would like recommend different things. So she would be like, "Well, it seems like you like this a lot, so you might want to try this with this." I like mixing the drinks up a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, fire! Let me try. That's fire. That's a fire idea. Thank you." And that's what happens there. I go to a bar and a bartender remembers me from like 6 months ago because we had like a good conversation, given I'm also a bartender, so I know what to talk to bartenders about, but also I have had these experiences on my own where somebody will bring like good energy and a good conversation to me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm probably not gonna forget that person. That was a dope person. And I'll see that person again and I'm like, whoa, that's yeah, hey, good to see you again. So that is the second way. The third way to make friends is fully extroverted. This is the fully extroverted thing. Actually, there's a let me do the third way that's not fully extroverted, partially extroverted. Pick up a hobby, go to it, do it publicly. People will kind of just walk up to you. Or join a club that has that hobby entailed with it. People will kind of just start talking to you. It'll be a place of mutual interest and you will make friends that do the thing that you do. Really simple. It's really fun. Just look up clubs or activities or things around this. One of the bigger ones is like, even though people are using this as like a dating thing, but like run clubs. Run clubs. If you like running, if you genuinely enjoy running, go to a run club. You'll probably make a lot of friends that you didn't think you would otherwise make. If you are really into knitting, I'm guaranteeing you there is a knitting club somewhere in the city that you are in. And if there's not, start one. The more you post about it, the more people who are interested in that thing will just be like, yeah, I want to come to that knitting club. And you'll start to make friends from that. Join a local organization. I join a local organization. I personally like spend my Sundays as much as I can whenever I'm not busy. I spend my Sundays with Food Not Bombs working to provide meals for the homeless. I think it's an enjoyable process. I have made some quality friendships, connections in that space. A lot of people that I would have otherwise not met. It's super enjoyable. I really thoroughly applaud the work that gets done there. Um, then fourth, let's do the fourth. This is a specialty one. You kind of got to be an extrovert, but you really don't have to be an extrovert to do this. You could simply just force yourself. Fake it until you make it, baby. Fake it until you make it. Um, just start walking up to people and talking to them. Start a conversation. You're in the grocery store and somebody does something that like prompts you to want to say something funny. Say that joke. If it makes them laugh, start a conversation up. If they continue to like ease into the conversation, just go with it and be like, "Yo, you're pretty cool. Like, you want to hang out? Like, start a friend, make a friendship." One, in general, as a society, we need to bring back the concept of being social. Like, I don't know what's going on. People are always so shocked when people are social, and we are social creatures. We are humans. We have a loneliness epidemic, probably because we're not being social. So just bring back being social. And yeah, just go out and start striking up conversation with people that just look interesting to you. If you see somebody and you're like, that person looks like somebody I would hang out with, start a conversation with them. You see somebody that has a cool shirt, compliment them on the cool shirt that you find interesting. Ask them where they got it from. Talk about the shirt. You see somebody with some cool pants, tell them that they have cool pants. Don't be weird about it, obviously, but like talk to people, compliment people, tell them that you like the things that they have on because that could start a conversation and lead to a friendship that it otherwise would not have. And this is one of the ways that I have definitely made some really, really good friends just by straight up walking to a random person and being like, yo, your pants, your shirt, your whole style, fire. Where did you get this from? Fire. Thank you so much. And then they're like, yo, what are you doing out here? Blah, blah, blah. And we start a whole conversation. And then we end up just like hitting it off. And we're like, yo, follow me on Instagram, tap in. And then we actually like commit to the idea of tapping in. Or I was painting rocks with a friend in the park, and these two people came up and they were like, are you guys painting rocks? And I was like, yeah, you want to come paint some rocks? And they were like, yeah. And they joined us. Like it's not the craziest concept to just be like, come, join me. Let's form social bonds. Anyways, I don't this was the first episode of Don't Say Shit. Anyways, this was the first episode of Don't Say Shit. I am going to probably figure out how to develop a better layout for this, but for now, this is what the layout is. I'm gonna test it again. It'll probably be somewhere else next time. Who knows? I like to move around, and maybe I want to do this outside. Think that'd be cool. Or maybe inside. Kind of like this. This is a vibe. I'm gonna post this on Friday. So when you see this on Friday in the afternoon, that's what this is. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Foot wave. Foot wave. Don't say shit.